And in a lot of ways, it's the supreme sign. And the original name of this book was Pisces, the ultimate sign. Then I got a little bit more realistic through thinking through time. Aquarius really is the epitome of the self. But they got to go a long way to get to Pisces. Because the self has all this stuff in its position. Now it's recovered itself. And have you met anybody in your life that's friendlier than your Aquarian friends? No. They remember the last thing they said to you 27 years ago. They're constant. They're fixed. They're fixed friends. They're constant. They're loyal. All the fixed signs are loyal. And that's all covered in the book. But what they do is they have one more problem. They got one more hole. The problem is you can't fit through the eye of the needle. You can't fit a camel through the eye of the needle to get into heaven. You can't take the ego with you to heaven. Now the final stage is the George Harrison stage, where you got to leave the ego behind. And all that everybody worked for 11 stages, all that work to get that strong individuality. I'm not going to say it's for naught, but it's all the illusion. Then who's responsible for this illusion? You wanted to go play by yourself. Michael is a wonderful hypnotist, and he takes you into deep regressive hypnosis, and he's always talking about there's nothing but oneness unless we BS ourselves and we tell ourselves, well, I wonder what it would be like if I went out to play by myself. That's the great fall from heaven. We imagined individuality. What does every single spiritual book say that you've read? Separation is illusion. Separation is illusion. We are one. And Aries had fun, didn't it? But this 11 stages of the dream continued. Oh, if only I had more sex, I'd be all right. Oh, if I only had more red lights on me at the stage. Oh, if I had a better job. All that. Pisces is all about. You know what Pisces wants? You'll never get this. What does Pisces want? They want to be left alone. Just leave me alone. Not because I don't like you, because I love everybody. But because if you leave me alone, I can return back to my oneness. What's the comedian's name? Mitch Hedberg? The wonderful comedian Mitch Hedberg that we lost at age 37 to drugs. He was the really pathetic sign of Pisces. Pisces are obsessed with escape. But the problem is, they get into escape like this, and into escape like this, and the real escape is you're trying to transcend this. You're trying to transcend this illusion, this Maya. I'm not going to get into a long Zen lecture, but that's why Pisces, that's why this chapter is entitled, Isn't He Silly? Not the GD son of a, not the, isn't he silly? That's why Christ said, Christ is the ultimate Pisces. Christ said, forgive them because they know not what they do. That's the Pisces seeing with true vision, that they did know what they're doing. All we're doing, in the Course in Miracles tells us, at all times we're doing one of two things. We're giving love or screaming for it. And Michael's really got it right. Michael's really got it right. Michael says we're all 9-year-olds walking around begging everybody to like us. Right? Michael's got it beautifully right. So in the Pisces stage, it's very hard because you have to let go of all this stuff that you think is valuable. And that's the stuff that's keeping you from going through the needle eye, from transcending. So I think you see the point. And when I had the original title of The Ultimate Sign, it really didn't mean they're better than everybody. It just meant that that stage has finally learned. When you see these little Pisces when they're young, what do you want to do? I don't know. When they're in my office, what do you want to do? I don't know. Everybody that's in my office that's non-Piscean, if they don't have Pisces in their chart strongly, I say, what do you want to do? And they go, I don't know. I say, I don't believe you. And I push a little bit. Well, I want to be a meat packer in Green Bay, you know. They know exactly what they want to do. They do. But when you get a Pisces who says, I don't know, they really don't know. And the reason they don't know is they don't have an eye. Now they're confused because everybody on the football team's got an eye, and I got a hot date, and I got a nice Corvette, and the Pisces doesn't have any ambition. So they look weird, and they look listless, and they look like they have no spine, but they're the ones who know, not us. But they're brainwashed. How many Pisces here went through difficult times in grade school? I got a Pisces here. She just raised her hand like this. Okay? Because they're taught that they're the nobody, but they're not the nobody. They're not the nobody. Like Ram Dass said, if you want to be somebody, then be nobody, and then you can be anybody you want. And that's all I got to say.